Well, Nuno Espirito Santo made it quite clear it was just a bad performance. He's looking for improvement pretty much everywhere. Yeah. Jermain, are there... I mean, he said, look, clearly that this isn't the progress that we want.
No.
Is there progress to be had at Tottenham? What kind of progress do they need?
We need to start performing. Obviously, he needs to win football matches, especially being at home. Just want to see more personality, to be honest. I think especially in the final third, because we spoke about, like, creating chances, and you've never sort of, like, you never sort of worried about Tottenham creating chances and scoring goals before, in the past. And sort of, like, personality, you know, just the basics. The ball goes wide, get it in the box. You know, people crashing the box, combinations, you know, not seeing any of that at the minute.
And why do you think that's happening, or not happening?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe it's a confidence thing. Maybe, like the manager said, on the training ground, he's trying. And sometimes, you know, coaches do that. You know, you get a game plan, the players got to go out, execute the game plan, and it's just not happening for whatever reason.
Started the season with that 1-0 victory over Manchester City that's often mentioned. Manager of the month in August. Since then, and including that, what have you made of Spurs'
wins,
results?
Kelly, by the odd goal. So they're not, you know, hammering teams. They're not creating lots of chances. So I think that flattered them. We were here on the first day of the season. I thought that result flattered them. City weren't at the best, but I think 1-0 still flattered the Spurs. And they're in a difficult place right now. You know, Harry scored 1 goal this year. I think this time last year, I think he had, was it 5 goals, or certainly 2 previous years, 7 this year and 5 the year before and 5 the year before that. And goals paint a different picture for you and the team, and obviously the results. He's not scoring goals. He looks a shadow of himself. Son's a shadow of himself. And you just wonder, if you're a Spurs supporter, how they're going to kick-start their season. I see it as being a difficult year for them. That first half, it was 2 teams without showing any great quality, working hard. It wasn't a great watch. You know, it wasn't teams filled with outstanding, you know, cuteness in their play. That certainly first 30, 35 minutes. Goals change games, and United end up winning easily. But yeah, they'll go home happy tonight, United. But Spurs have a long way to go before they're going to excite this crowd again. And it must be a real worry. 2.5 years ago, they were in the Champions League final, and they've gone from that level to where they are now. That is a dramatic drop in quality and performances. And somehow they've got to all stand up. It's not always about the manager. We mentioned at the start of the game. Not always about the manager and pulling the rabbits out of the hat. He's somehow got to stimulate them, make them feel good about themselves, and they find an extra yard from somewhere. But right now, they look a sorry bunch.
This season, their defensive stats are poor. Their attacking stats are poor, which is not a great combination. What needs to be their priority? What's the easiest thing or the easier of the 2 things to fix?
Good question. Well, it's not a good combination, is it? You know, when you're not keeping clean sheets. And Spurs, traditionally, you always think Spurs will score goals, but they're not even doing that. And I also think it's the type of defeats they've had. We saw them, obviously, against Chelsea, Arsenal, even Palace. I know that the man sent off today. There seemed to be, again, strange enough when you're talking about Tottenham, real lack of quality. And you do have to have sympathy with the manager. When you think when he's come in here, you're thinking, I'm going to be working with a world-class striker in Harry Keane. But that saga is just dragging on. Kane's not recovered from it. The team haven't. And it must be really hurting the manager to think, I thought I'd have a top man up front who at least would be getting us goals. Over the years, you always thought there's a softness to Spurs. They'll always concede goals. And maybe that will never change. But you're thinking going forward, Spurs will always cause you problems. They've always had top strikers, and players that can hurt you. But you look at this team now again, 9 goals in 10 games. And what you've seen today, you're looking today going, well, I'm not surprised what I'm seeing. And the manner of the defeat, even today, as I said, I'll repeat myself, they're 2-0 down at home, and you keep 3 players at the back, and United have nobody up front. You're keeping 3 players back. At some stage, you've got to take more of a gamble, try and find a way to get a goal. Even for the defenders, make the decisions on the pitch. I don't care what the manager and coaching staff, they say we need to keep 3 back. Not when you're 2-0 down and there's nobody up front. You get 1 forward, you take a bit of a chance. And Tottenham today, do you know, they had no guts. They showed no guts in the game. You've got to have some sort of courage to be a footballer. And I know it's easy when we're sitting here and having a cup of tea and a glass of water and criticising me. But when you're out on the pitch, you've got to show some courage. Spurs as a team just... Maybe it's lack of confidence as well, to be fair to them.